Y'all really let the guy that does all this talking get his own podcast? Get it together, man. Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Big Maul. I'm here. I'm alive. I'm well. I don't know why I just started that off like that. Like it's been rumors or something of me not being well. I have no idea why I just started it off. But there's no rewind button in life, so guess what? We're going to keep it flowing, man. I'm doing good, though. Blessed. I hope you guys are doing and feeling the same, and hope you guys staying hydrated and staying safe and being honorable, being genuine. It's Friday. It's the end of the week. Congratulations to myself. Congratulations to you. We all made it through another week. Hopefully this week has been full of blessings, an abundance of blessings and new opportunities and growth. You know, if it's the end of the week for you, your work week, then hey, enjoy the weekend. Welcome to the weekend. Like I tell myself, I'll be being productive. I'll be cutting grass and I'll be studying and writing up material for my podcast and whatnot. But that's all good because that's why I do it and I love what I do. But, I'll find some time to just chill and kick my feet up eventually. So whatever you're doing this weekend, I hope you guys stay safe, stay hydrated, have fun, and relax and be at peace. I don't really have much to talk about today, but I've been getting questions about why I started this podcast, like what made me start a podcast. Aside from being motivated and inspired by my good sis, Tanae, I just, and y'all follow her, by the way, on the Hush. She has her own business. I mentioned that before in earlier episode, but, Tanae Royale, follow her on Facebook and Snapchat and Instagram, TikTok. On the Hush is her business. And she also has a podcast. So y'all tap in with my good sis, man. She's one of the reasons why I started this podcast, because I was inspired because she started a podcast, and she was she was the only friend at the time that had a podcast. I have friends that do photography. I have friends that do music. And just have their own businesses. But, she was the first friend that I have to do a podcast. And I was like, man, that's different. That's cool. And of course I tapped in and I listened to it and I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. And then I told myself like, man, people tell me all the time, that I'm a good source to come to for guidance and just to vent to. And I always have insight on a lot of different things, and I'm very helpful with my words and all of those great things. And then, I said, man, I should do a podcast. And like I said in the earlier episode, I did procrastinate for like a year or so, and I was back and forth with it. And then eventually, one day, the Holy Spirit took over. I was leaving the gym, and I made my first episode driving on the way home. And the rest is history. And I'm here now, like 15 episodes in, and I have followers, and I have people that I've reached in Canada, man, and and it's dope. It's definitely dope, man. Even in the UK, also forgot about the UK, and then of course here in the US, and it's just so cool. And then I have people all the time come up and tell me that they love it, and they love listening. And I thank you guys for that also. And I want to say the other reason why I even started was to inspire. We have so many podcasts where it's about current events, and it's about news, and it's about things of that nature. And then we have podcasts about just about everything. Rappers in the the 90s era, and movies, and Actors, cars, all, there's podcasts on about anything these days, and people like what they like. My podcast, my thing, my reasoning is to, I want to be able to sit down and when they leave the podcast, when they leave the episode, they get done with it, I want them to know that it's okay to be real with yourselves. I want people to self-examine themselves. I want to challenge people. I want people to know that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to not be okay. Male or female, it doesn't matter. We all don't fight the same battles. We are all fighting something. We are all going through something, whether we choose to talk about it or we choose to hold it in, which I hope you don't do. But we all have something that we're going through, man, that we don't like talking about, and that's understandable. But kind of gentle reminder, man. Gentle reminder. Talk to somebody about your problem. Anybody. Pray about it. Talk to somebody. But yeah, I started this podcast because I just want people to just tap in with themselves, man, and share my experiences if I have experiences. And then there's topics that I've spoken on I've never went through. There's things that I've talked about on this podcast I have never experienced in my life, but I know people have. I know of people that have, and I know that some of my listeners have, and they haven't told anyone. They haven't spoke on it, or at least to me personally, if I know them, And I want people to just know that it's okay, and I'm here for them. I've always been the type of person that liked to make people laugh and to I like making people feel good. I don't say liked, I still do. I like, or I should say love. I love to motivate people. I love to conversate. I love listening to people's stories. Not because I'm listening to respond and to try to compare and contrast and talk about my experience, to compare, but it's just I love to listen. I love to hear where people come from, their backgrounds, what they've been through, what they're going through, but how they persevere, how it's affecting them. I worked as a social service tech for behavioral science in 2019, and I dealt with inpatients. So I would see the same faces at least for 2 weeks at a time, and there were people in there for just about everything that you can think of, man, and but it all sums down to one thing. It was mental. It was a mental epidemic that they were going through at that time, as to why they wound up in a place to where that they wanted to seek help, or someone wanted them to seek help, and they wanted to take those necessary steps, no matter how hard it may be, whether it was them having to step away from a job, or step away from their family or their spouse, or from the norm, and then entering this place where almost can remind you of jail, almost, because you can't leave the premises. You can't even walk too far outside of the premises. So I'm pretty sure that to me it felt very secluded. It felt very, it was very structured, but at the same time, it allowed people to step away from the abuse, the physical abuse they were harming to themselves, maybe, or the mental, the emotional abuse that they were, dealing to themselves. And I thought that it was definitely a pleasure working there for the brief time that I did, and I did see a lot. I heard a lot of stories, and that's when I found out at that time in 2019. I found out that I love talking to people, and I love hearing their stories, and I love helping when I can, and just being a shoulder to lean on, just being a positive source. And even if I do have an experience that they would light for me to share or allow me to share, and I would do that. And seeing kind of that reassurance on their faces, that's like, man, this guy has been through some stuff too, or this guy has gone through this same situation, and this is how he's attempting to go about life even after the damage has been done. And it's hard, but it's worth it, because the reward comes, after the storm. And you gotta walk through the storm. You can't skip it. You can't go around it, and you can't run away from it. It's going to catch up to you eventually. We have to go through it. And during the storms that you go through, that's when you grow. That's when you get closer to God. That's when you do the inner work, like just the self-reflecting, how I got in this moment to this moment. What do I need to do different? And you get strength. And once you make it out to the other side, you're stronger, you're wiser, and you're able to turn around and say, hey, I made it through. You keep pushing. And you can lend that advice to someone else that's going through something. And that's the way we have to look at things. We have to help each other. And that's what I want to do. I want to help people. I love to see people smiling, laughing, having a good time, and being positive. And not that you see those people and they have just absolutely nothing going on in their lives, but they're choosing joy. They're choosing happiness. They're choosing positivity and being around positive people. Surrounding yourself with those things helps. It helps a lot. But sometimes we don't want to go to the people that we're familiar with. We don't want to go to our parents or our spouses or siblings or, our dear friends. Sometimes we don't want to go to those people. Sometimes it's because we don't want to bring those people down, and we don't want them to see us in a vulnerable state. And, we shouldn't feel that way. Those people are there. Those people that are there, hopefully they're there for all the right reasons. Those are the people that you should feel confident in sharing with. But, me personally, that's how I am. Or I'll say I can be that way sometimes. So I can relate. I don't like bringing people down with my problems. But I have learned over the years to talk and to let things out instead of bottling them in, because it does nothing but destroys you emotionally and mentally. And then it can have an effect on you physically. You'll not want to eat. You'll not want to bathe. You'll not want to, just take care of yourself. And it'll start showing on the outside, on your outside appearance. And then you'll look in the mirror and you'll slowly not recognize who that person is that's looking back at you. And then that even demoralizes you furthermore. And you sink deeper. And we have to get away from that. I mean, we can't be lazy. We can't feel sorry for ourselves. We can feel everything. We can feel the emotion, and we can be emotional for a little period, let the feelings out, let them flow. But then we have to do something as far as finding a way to get out of that funk, because after a while, it can be fatal. And too many people nowadays are definitely harming themselves. And they're going off the deep end, as they say. But yeah, man, I love hearing people's stories. People don't bring me down. Yes, I am a very empathetic person, especially when someone shares something that they went through that I know exactly how it feels, because I went through that same situation from top to bottom. And I do feel them. And even when it's something I've never went through, I do feel that, because I'm an emotional person, and as a guy, I'm not afraid to admit that I am emotional. I do get sad, I do get angry, I get anxious, a little fearful, and it happens, and it's okay. As a man, you don't have to be just so macho, stick your chest out 24/7. We can't ignore our emotions. It'll run us crazy. It'll drive us insane. And to be honest, I feel like me discovering this side of myself, and me not wanting to mask that side of myself and let people see it. I feel like that has drawn people to me and to this podcast. Now, I'm not saying, just go out in public and spaz out if need be. Be respectful and be smart. Have some common courtesy. But yeah, allow your friends to see you cry. Let them see you mad. Those people should, calm you down. Those people should console you and talk to you and help you, and help guide you to a better space, to a positive light, and even help you come up with solutions to your problems if they can. That's what this is about. But if in the event, if you feel like you don't have anybody to talk to, like I said before with the mental health check-in, I am here. And this kind of feels like a mental health check-in, but it's really, well, maybe every day is. Every episode is a mental health check-in. Let's just put it that way. But today, just about why I started this podcast, and that is why. And I love doing this. I love talking. I love talking to you guys. I love talking about things, whatever topics it is. I love doing my research on things. And I just love being able to chat, and let my thoughts out, my opinions out, and you guys responding to me and let me know, whether it's in the DMs or whether it's in person. Let me know about the episode, and stating your opinion on what I said, or we just having a healthy, I don't want to say debate, but just a healthy, insightful conversation to where we both walk away with more respect for each other, with more insight, with more knowledge, and then that be it. But yeah, I've been getting great feedback from a lot of people, so I will continue. But yeah, I just wanted to say that's the reason why, to answer the questions. A couple of the questions I've been getting about why I started. That is why I started. I want to help people, and I want people to know that I'm here for them. And I'm real. I'm transparent, and it's okay to be just that. And it's okay. We're gonna have good days. We're gonna have bad days. But the rain don't last forever. The sunshine doesn't last forever. But, you just got to stay tough mentally and physically and emotionally and spiritually. You got to stay tough, and you got to be able to adapt to the seasons. The seasons don't last long, but you have to be able to adapt to the seasons and stay close to God during those You have to stay close to God during those seasons, man. You have to. And you'll be okay. You'll be okay. And I'm here to let you know right now, I'm speaking to whoever, you're going to be okay, man, okay? You're going to get exactly what your heart desires as long as you continue to pray, have faith, and put forth that effort. It's not going to happen overnight, but if you do what you're supposed to do, it's going to happen. And you'll be glad that you stayed in the fight, and hopefully you'll be able to trust yourself more, and you'll trust God more. But that's that, man. I want y'all to know I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. And like I said, I'm always here to talk. I'm always here to for you guys to vent to. And if no one has your back, if no one wants to listen to you, trust me, I do. I'd rather listen to somebody for hours instead of hearing about that they killed themselves, or they went off and did something crazy and then ended up in jail or something, or started resorting to drugs and just slowly killing themselves, silently killing themselves, So I'd rather hear you guys. I'd rather be there for you guys in whatever way I can. And I'm going to continue to do that until God decides that it's my time. So, yeah, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Hope you relax. Hope you're productive. Whatever you desire to be this weekend, I hope you obtain just that. Y'all pray for me because I got to cut grass at some point this weekend. I know it's going to be hot, but it has to be done. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And we're going to rock out. So, I'm going to catch you guys next week. It's Big Maul getting it together. We all getting it together in this world, 2023, man. All right, it's August. We don't have too much longer left, man, and it'll be 2024. It's coming quickly. So I hope you guys are doing or have done what you set out to do for this year. And if not, keep going. We still got time left. Keep going, stay consistent, and do your thing. God loves you. I love you. You love you. And yeah, holla at y'all.